Hello, hello. Welcome to our awareness campaign, Look Closer, where we are trying to help everyone to look closer at themselves and at their lives. So, if you know me by now or you followed some of my videos, you will understand that I like to speak from a place of presence, not a place of presentation. So, what I would like to share with you now is a notion or an invitation. What if you know that you can see every situation, every experience with three different ways? It's like as if you have three different people inside of you, and your experience and what you will get out of it will be dictated by each of these persons. Let me elaborate a bit. So, I would like to introduce you to the first person inside of you. And it's not a person as more, it is more a kind of a way of seeing life. A glasses that you will wear, that through it you will see every experience you are living with a certain way. The first glasses, this first persona, is Mr. Control. Mr. Control is a matter of a perspective. It's about seeing the experience that you are living now through a past perspective, through all the information that you knew, through all the experiences that you have. So if you are listening to me now, you will not be listening to what I'm saying. You will be listening more to all the things that from what I'm saying that resonate with things from the past. You see, the Mr. Control perspective, this glasses of Mr. Control, will always make me see every living moment that I am living through my past experiences. This is how I'm in control of the information of the experience. Let me explain a little bit more here. Mr. Control loves to be in control, loves to equip himself with information. He will not be able to step one step forward without taking his time to the extent of hesitation. Before going into any new experience, I need to make sure that I know all the information that I could know before trying something new. And that's Mr. Control. So if I entered a room, my perception of this room, what I will perceive from this room, will be based on my old experience of this room. So if one day I had a very bad conversation in this room, when I'm entering it, I will start feeling this contraction inside of me. I will start feeling all kinds of negativity and pressure. I will see it darker than it is. I will smell it differently than it is. Because in reality, I'm not living the experience of the room from this point in time, the now, the present. No, I am living in this room from a past moment in time that I lived through the eyes of Mr. Control. This way, my experience of the room will be completely different. Okay, this is the first one. This is the first way that I could experience an experience. What is the second way? This is what I call exploiting. It's a perspective that it's focused on the future all the time, wanting to live new things all the time, getting bored all the time, needs to be stimulated all the time. So whatever I'm experiencing in this moment, I'm always looking for the next thing, what it will lead me to. I always expect, I always aspire, I need to move forward. From exploitative perspective, if you want to kill me, you make me pause and calm down and be patient. From an exploitative perspective, I'm always looking to be stimulated, yes, but in the same time, I hate rationale and having rules. Rules for me, it's a kind of shackles that I need to break them all the time. So imagine when you live an experience through such a persona or through such a perspective, constantly thinking about your dreams and goals. While you are listening to me now, or if we are having a conversation, what you are thinking about is not what I'm saying, it's more what's the next question that you want to ask, or what's the point? What is this guy babbling about? I'm late. I'm getting bored. What can I do? Start looking at the phone, start playing in my hands, or just change to the next more interesting thing. With this perspective, of course, I do not have a chance to absorb what there is in an experience. So if I'm entering a room, following the same analogy, while I'm entering the room, I'm thinking about when I will get out of the room and go and have fun with one way or the other, or watch the movie, or go with my friends. So my perception of the room will be very, very limited. I will not even be able to perceive what's in the room. I will not be able to perceive how did it smell, how did it look like, what details were there, who were sitting in the room, and so on. And that's the perspective of the future, living constantly and experiencing life constantly through a futuristic perspective. And I call it exploitee because exploitee needs to possess more, live more. I always need more and more and more. And once I get what I want, I just lose interest in it and I look to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So Mr. Control pulls me back. That needs to control everything and rationalize everything and love regulations and rules and to be equipped with information. Exploitee push me forward, pull me forward all the time. That needs me to move forward and try new things all the time and hates regulations. So they are two perspectives that they are the opposite of each other. They fight with each other all the time. Whenever I am facing an experience or speaking with someone or relating to someone, I find my mind playing between those notions. Past, future. How can I control the outcome of the conversation, or when I would get out of this conversation? Never living the conversation. Now, to live the present, there is a third perspective, and I call her Grandma Wisey or Grandma Wise. Grandma Wise is the kind of the tiebreaker. It's where I shut up exploitee from the future and I shut up Mr. Control from the past. And I ask them just to calm down because I need to first see what this present experience is offering me. I need to absorb all what is possible to be absorbed from this experience. What sensations are reaching me? What am I hearing? What am I sensing? What am I tasting? What am I seeing? So Grandma Wise focus first on absorbing the sensory information. What's the experience is offering? So when I enter a room, I start smelling, listening, looking, noticing details before I will try to make sense of the details. You see, Mr. Control and exploitee, once I enter a room, I already had it figured out and labeled and sorted out. Bad experience, good experience, all of this kind of labeling that I do it even before experiencing the room. Grandma Wise, no. Grandma Wise, she enters the room without any pre-assessment or prejudgment. Start absorbing all what the room is offering with all its details through the sensations, and then start formulating a meaning about it and an opinion about it. So, Grandma Wise, ask, hey, Mr. Control, tell me how does this experience compare to the past experience? Now you can share with me your opinion. Hey, exploitee, tell me, what are we aspiring to in the future in a result of this experience? So it starts regulating the way that we think. Once we live from a space of presence, from a place of presence, wearing Grandma Wise glasses. So imagine that every experience you lived in your life, you could see it with 3 different ways. That means from every experience, you could end up with 3 different outcomes, 3 different results. So imagine how many experiences you lived only from a past experience. You prejudged the situation before living it. How did that impact your life? On the other side, imagine how many experiences and opportunities you just went through them as quick as lightning because you were searching for the next best thing, for something new that will stimulate you, before giving a chance to the experience that you are living now, thanks to the glasses that I call exploitee, that wants more and more and more, never having a chance to process what you already have. So, how does that sound to you? Imagine the amount of gain and the amount of opportunities that you will be able to harness if you used more and more of Grandma Wisey as a perspective, as a glasses to see the world. It's not about living in the now only with the whole woo-woo concept of just focusing on the now and forget the past, forget the future. No, this is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is a way to process your living experience that will allow you to access all the information that's offered to you. The first is the present information, the information that's coming from the actual moment, sensing. And then all of these sensations that listening is sensing, by the way, seeing is sensing, smelling is sensing, sensing through your body is sensing. There is all of this material world. Any interaction that happens, it happens through sensing. So I receive all of this information first. And then the second step, as I process them, this is where I start recalling my past experiences and recalling my future aspirations and goals and so on. So it's a matter of a better way to process the information, not to choose where I will focus with. And this is where we go wrong usually. I want to let go of the past. Don't want to think about it. I want to focus on the future, on the present. And I keep focusing on the present without processing or benefiting from the experiences of the past. And the same thing, the future. I want constantly to live in this future, constantly visionaries, having ideas all the time, and living the dream in my head that will happen when I will reach this and achieve this and do this and do that. The future is not good and bad. The past is not good and bad. The present is not the most perfect. What matters is how can I allow each of them to have space in my life, and how to allow them to enrich each other instead of fighting against each other. And this is where the tiebreaker perspective is extremely important, which is Grandma Y's perspective. The idea of first live the present, take the information that the present is offering you, then introduce the information that you have from the past through your own experiences and lessons, then add on top of it, your aspirations from the future and your goals and purpose and so on, and then process all of this information together. Then whatever decision you will make, it will be closer to reality, and it will help you to shift your life, shift your behavior, change whatever you want to change. How does that sound to you? I'm not sure if such a concept is too philosophical or not, too clear or not. So please let me know. And I'm always welcoming debates, conversations, discussions. If you feel that you would like to join me on one of my lives and speak to me, and so we can discuss a concept that you agree on or you disagree with, please, by all means, just ask me while I am speaking to you now that you would like to pop up for a few minutes live so we can discuss. Thank you so much for a follow-up. Looking forward to be able to share with you more and to listen and to receive from you more feedback and comments on how can I help you look closer to yourself and your life. See you next time. And that's all for today. Bye-bye.